Hi everyone, Letty here. Today I'm going to share with you my January 2022 Cutapart Clubby P project number 1, where we make 5x7 cards using a one-sheet wonder. So again, this was the January 2022 Cutapart Clubby P. This is a $29.99 bi-monthly subscription, which featured Gathered at Home by Cartabella. You see here I've already cut up some Cutaparts. I've already stamped some images and fussy cut them out using the stamp set that came with the kit. And then I've already taken all of the 6x6 pieces of paper from the 2 paper pads that I had. I've already trimmed down the excess glue at the very top, and I've left the holes, so they're basically ready to be used. So it'll save me some time when I want to use them later on in my projects. And I only got the Cutaparts from the 6x6 paper pads. And then I'm using this one sheet wonder. This is template number 1 for 5x7s by Jess Crafts. I'll link her video down below where she has that template. I have been obsessed with making these cards. You see here you have 4 panels, and then I added a Cutapart on that first one, and then I added a ephemera piece on the second one. So I have been obsessed with using this template. I have not been using 6x8 paper though. I've been using 6x6 and 12x12 paper, which is what we're going to do in the video today. So the supplies I'm going to use is 1 sheet of 12x12 paper. So we can make 6 cards from that one 12x12, and then we're going to use 2 pieces of 6x6, and so we can make 3 cards from these 2 sheets of 6x6 paper. So, and I am going to also use 9 of the Cutaparts as a focal image on each of the cards. So I've got 9 different ones. They're 3x4. That'll be for our cards. Decorations are optional. I'm taking these out, but I end up not using them. These are just from the stamp set. I had already stamped them and cut them out. So I have all of my supplies here. And again, we are using the one sheet wonder template number 1. I'll link below. I've got my solid card stock already cut up into the dimensions we need, which is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I need 18 of those because you need 2 for each card, and we're making 9 cards. I've got 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and again, you'll need 18 of those for each of the for all the cards. And then 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I have 9 of these. These are to go behind the 3x4 Cutaparts. And then of course we've got our 9 5x7 card bases. So we have our cardstock ready to go. Let's go ahead and focus on cutting down this paper. We're going to start with a 12x12. And you can do this with any 12x12 paper. That's the beauty of this project. It does not have to just be this Cutapart kit. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove that branding strip, which is the strip at the bottom that makes the paper just a little bit larger. I'm going to take it off and cut this down to a true 12x12 sheet of paper. So this is, again, the Gather at Home collection by Cartabella. What you'll want to do is decide on your orientation. So you see here, I have been making vertical cards. My Cutaparts are vertical, meaning they're up and down. So I am actually going to be making vertical cards in this tutorial. If your Cutaparts were horizontal, you could always do a horizontal card. Just make sure you cut your paper accordingly. So for vertical card, you're going to turn your paper to be on its side, and then you're going to cut 3 strips of 4 inches each. So 3 strips of 4 inches each. And again, you're going to have that paper turned on its side. So then what we're going to do is we're going to cut each of these 2 of the 4-inch strips down into segments of 2 inches. So they're going to be 2 by 4 inches. So I'm just going to, again, take 2 of those 4-inch strips that we got down from our 12x12, and we're going to cut them down into 2-inch segments. You're going to get 6 from each of those 4-inch strips. And so you'll have a total of 12 little segments of 2x4. So, and you're going to use 2 for each card. Now, on the last 4-inch strip, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half and then cut it in half again. So, because we're going to want little segments of 2x2. So, and each of the cards, again, is going to use 2 of the 2x4s and 2 of the 2x2s. So 2 of the rectangles and 2 of the squares. So you see here, I'm just kind of mapping it all out. And here the end result is 12 of each of the 2x2s and the 2x4s. So, and again, each card will use 2 of each. So we'll make 6 total cards there. Now, for the 6x6 paper, you're going to start by removing that hang tag, which is the little top section that has the hole. Make sure you save that for future projects. So now we have our 6x6 paper. Decide on your orientation. Again, I'm going to go with vertical because I have vertical cards. So you're going to turn your paper to the side. So again, you see how it's vertical print. You turn it to the side. We're going to cut it at 4 inches. And so you'll have 2 segments, a 2-inch section and a 4-inch section. And you're going to cut each of the sections into strips of 2 inches. So we're going to cut it down, starting with the larger one, which is the 4-inch. So now we have 2x4s. Then you're going to take that smaller strip and you're going to also cut that one down into 2 inches, which will leave you 3 2x2s. So everything's in 2x2 and 2x4. And so one 6x6 is going to get you 3 of the smaller ones and 3 of the larger ones. We're going to repeat the same process with the second 6x6 piece of paper. Now, if this is a little bit too confusing, again, you're going to want to check out Jess Craft's template, which I'll link down below, that can also give you some of these same dimensions and help with this process. So here we have our enough for 3 cards. 2 of each for each of the cards, and we have our sets of from the 12x12 paper as well. So I have my cut up paper, my mats, and the cut-aparts. I'm going to go ahead and mat all of these off camera. Here we have our cut-aparts already matted. All I did was glue them to the cardstock. And then I have all of my segments. So I have enough for 3 cards, which is half of that 12x12 paper using this combination. And then I have a flipped combination where I have enough for 3 more cards, so 6 of each section. And then I've got my 3 additional cards that I got from my 2 6x6 papers. So I've got one that's more pink, one that's more of that dark floral, and then one that's kind of a mismatch because it was the excess that I got from each of those 2 6x6. So we have everything we need plus our card bases. And here's just, in case you do want to add one additional layer of mat, you can actually use a 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, which I'm going to show you right here. In case you just want, again, less of that card base to show and more of a color kind of background, you can actually add that mat right behind. And I'll link this down below, the dimensions. So you see here, this is what it would look like if you actually did add the additional large mat behind. Okay, that was 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Here's what it looks like if you do not have that extra mat. So you just see a little bit more of the card base behind. It still looks good. I think it still looks nice. It's just you're going to see a little bit more. In this video, we are going to be doing this version, but you absolutely could add an additional cardstock mat. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and divide up my cut-aparts for each of the different cards. And then we're going to go ahead and assemble one a little bit slower, and then all finish assembling the remaining cards on camera here. So I've already kind of divided out what I'll need for my card, which is 2 of those rectangles, 2 of the squares, and 1 cut apart. I'm going to start by adding glue to the back of the rectangle, which is the 2x4 piece. I'm going to put it in the bottom right-hand corner, and you are going to leave about a 1/4 inch border all the way around, just like that. Okay, then we're going to flip it, and we're going to add adhesive to the second rectangle, just like this, and then finish it off with the final little 2x2. And again, make sure that you are paying attention to your orientation. So when you're laying it, you can rotate your card. Just make sure that you are laying it down vertically. Then we're going to add glue to our cut apart, just like this. And I'm going to add that right in the center. And so that is our finished card number 1. Super easy. Now you could add some more embellishments like the stamped images, enamel dots, stickers. I'm going to go ahead and leave this plain. That's my card number 1. So super easy, super quick process. You can see why I have been obsessed with making this card template, because you can literally break down a 12x12 sheet or a 6x6 paper pad and make cards super quick. That was card number 2. Now, again, the beauty of this template is that you can use 6x6 paper, 12x12 paper, or even 6x8 paper, which is what Jess shows on her template, to make these super quick and easy but beautiful cards. Here's card number 3. So you see how these are just coming together so super quick. I think this whole process took me less than 30 minutes. I mean, it's just so super quick to make these cards. And so I, again, have been obsessed with using this template and using up my scraps for my cardstock scraps to mat all of these cards. So super fun and super easy. And again, you just change out your paper, any season, any reason, and you can make any type of card. And these are nice, really large size because they're 5x7s. Here's card number 5. So we're almost done. This is the last card right here that we got from the 12x12 sheet. So again, you can make 6 cards, 6 5x7 cards from one 12x12 sheet of paper. Awesome to smash those 12x12 paper pads. That was card number 6. Now we're moving on to the 3 cards that we're going to be making from the 6x6 paper. So, and it's the same process. Nothing is changing. Now this one was the one that I think had a mix of patterns, which I think still looks pretty. Actually, I think I might even prefer having the 4 different patterns on these. And then I'm adding my cut apart. That's card number 7. So easy. And again, any size paper, and any theme of paper. So it's super, super convenient to use this template, and you don't have any scraps. You see there where we didn't really have any scraps left over. Here is card number 8, and we are on our last card. See how quick this came together. So super quick and easy. So we're just adding adhesive to all of my pieces, and then I'm just going to stick them down, and it comes together so quickly. And that was card number 9. So again, this was January 2022 Ecopart Clubby P, featuring the gorgeous Gather at Home collection and the Jess Crafts 5x7 template number 1 for 6x8 paper. But again, we used 6x6 paper, which is what yielded these 3 cards. And then we also used 12x12 paper, which yielded these 6 cards. So again, you can use either size paper, 12x12 or 6x6 or 6x8, to make some awesome 5x7 cards. And make sure you stay tuned for the future videos using this kit. Thanks for visiting, everyone. Hope you subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram. Here's a couple videos I think you might enjoy. Happy crafting!